Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today I just want to sit down and I just want to talk about Necrons really. I already did like a Necron video a couple of weeks ago about my thoughts, feedback on Necrons and how I want them to come out potentially in a narrative campaign. I'm seeing a lot of rumours now circling around online with Necrons. Apparently this 9th edition, which we've been talking about for some months, well I've been talking about it for like 5-6 months now. So I just want to make a video addressing all these rumours, go through them all, and just sit down and just talk with you and what I make of them, and think it could be true. Do you think if it is true in some kind of way, and what does it actually mean for like the Necrons and the game as a whole? So let's just jump in, let's sit down and just let's have a little talk. As always, chaps, this is a rumour video, so please make sure you look at it as that. It's rumours, nothing in here is fact. It's just us sitting down, gathering all the information that we can find online and just talking about it. So please view the video like that. I think one of the best things to do before you probably jump into this video, maybe go and watch the video that is in the top right corner right now, because I posted this video around, I think it's around 6 months ago, 5-6 months ago now, and this was from a source who I highly trust. He gave me all the Psychic Awakening information, like the names of the books before they actually came out. And he also gave me the information, this was 6 months ago, that the 9th edition would be dropping sometime in the summer. Again, I'm not too sure if that's still on track, because of the whole situation that's happened with Nurgle's Plague. But one of the most interesting things he said to me about the 9th edition, because of course editions come out, there's really no big thing there. Yes, we can argue to a blue in the face around, does 8th edition need a new edition so soon? Is 8th edition in a good place? Is it in a bad place? I'm not really going to get into that in this video, because that is probably a separate video, and there's just so many opinions and things on it. It's just, that's going right down the rabbit hole. But the most important thing he did mention with that was that with the launch of 9th edition, there would be a new box set, as there always is, but this box set would be Space Marines versus Necrons, which was very, very interesting, because I was like, Space Marines versus Necrons, that is a pairing that I probably wouldn't have put together for a new edition. I would have thought it would have been something to do with Chaos or something like that. Space Marines are always going to be a part of a box set, because Space Marines is the best-selling armor for Games Workshop. Yes, you can argue, again, till you're blue in the face, that they're only popular because GW keeps pushing them out and stuff like that. Yeah, okay, yeah, I understand that standpoint, but for the fact at the moment is that GW push Space Marines out because those are the army that sell the best, so that's why they're always in these box sets that we found. I think there's been one box set of out, and that was Forgebane, and that was Necrons and Admech at the time. That was like I think it was like a year ago or something like that. But onto these rumours themselves, let's just delve in and let's just talk about these. So this was posted by Seti over and Bottle and Chainsword. So he put some fine cash units might get redone, which is always a bonus, because if you look at the Necron range, there's a lot of work that needs to be done on that range. If we just look at the new Necron model that they've just got recently, that is fantastic. If they start designing the range with that sheer quality, then Necrons will probably be the most fanciest, most badass looking armor than you can imagine on the tabletop. It is a fantastic looking model, that new model that they've just put out. Really, I was like blown away. Just just ripping that guy's essence apart and stuff. It's so Necronish. It's amazing. He goes on to say he thinks the flayers, flayers were brought up. So for those of you who don't know what flayers are, it's basically the Necrons with all the skin on them, big long claws and stuff. So potential new Flayer models on the books. But the big thing is, of course, the rumours are of a new Necron Codex for 9th edition, which would make a lot of sense, because if we look at Necrons at the moment, I have a couple of friends who play Necrons, and every time I play them, it's just an easy win. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I don't play competitively. Even when we play narratively, with my Space Marines playing narratively, they just smash it. Necrons, I personally think, are not really in a competitive place at the moment. I definitely think they need more bang for the buck. I think they definitely need better rules to suit them on the tabletop, especially if you compare them to armies like Space Marines and everything like that. Space Marines just go in and bloody kick anyone's butt at the moment. That's probably one of the things we can all agree on. But Necrons, for me, I would love them to get some nice new rules, a nice rule bump. I don't know if like you can do anything like we've got with like combat doctrines, maybe, I don't know, dynasties, maybe do something, you know, cool along the lines of that when it comes to their rules. But I would love them to get a brand new codex, and I would absolutely love them to get some nice new rules, and of course characters with those nice new rules as well, and all updated models when it comes to their range. Of course, you're not going to get every brand new updated model, but the majority of the models I personally think could do with a nice little overhaul. And this kind of connects to what I said before with the box set and what I heard about a couple of months ago for Necrons versus Space Marines, because what you tend to find that GW does in these box sets is that they put like all the brand newest stuff in the box sets because it makes you go out and buy that box set then. So maybe they can put like some special characters in there and stuff. I know people's opinion on it, like when GW just put it in the box set and they don't release it single until like 6 months down the line. Yes, I can completely understand why when people get mad about that. What they did with Gaz Skull on that box set, I definitely didn't think it was worth it in my opinion, because Gaz Skull and Ragnar were the only real models in there which I wanted to get my hands on. From a hobby perspective, I didn't really care for everything else in the box set, and I was buying everything along with that rather than just Gaz Skull and Ragnar. Yes, I completely agree what you're saying with that, but it gives then the people the opportunity to maybe start a brand new army, because this is not just like going to be a small box set. This is going to be a start your journey into 40k. So you normally find that these box sets are better priced and they have more in there, just like the Dark Imperium box set that we got for 8th edition, which was the first Primaris Marines, and of course versus Death Guard. You got the rule book in there and everything like that. That was a great box set. I still recommend that box set to people now if you can find it. That is an amazing box set. So if we've got something like that from GW with like new sculpts for Necrons and like new sculpts for Space Marines, then I think that could be a really big winner for the player base. Now, there's one thing I wanted to talk about is when it comes to models and ranges and stuff like that, is that you always need a leader of an army, in my personal opinion. If you look at the Imperium, you have Rebute. If you look at Chaos, you have Abaddon. If you look at the Orcs, you have Gaz Skull. If you look at the Necrons, you don't really have that level of leadership. Yes, you have, you know, different HQs, you know, different dynasties and all that, and the, you know, the warring with each other, but you don't really have that centerpiece model for your armor. And this is where I've been thinking maybe it's time that the Silent King returns. We've had hints of his return in the White Dwarf magazine, you know, of course, with the Necrons coming back. Not the Necrons, the Tyranids. The Necronids, if you really want to go down that road. I know it's a banter. But with the Tyranids coming back, or as I say coming back, entering the galaxy, and him hotting their toes to stop them doing what they do, it would definitely make sense for a model of from him to appear. I would absolutely love to see a Silent King model. The Silent King is this legendary figure. He's like Primarch legendary. So for him to return would be like a Primarch return. Well, I'd say he's bigger than a Primarch, to be fair, because I see the Silent King as a more powerful being than a Primarch. So, you know, for him to return to the Necrons and get that like awesome centerpiece of a model, I think that would be just sheer brilliance. Imagine, just imagine a sculpt of the Silent King in your army moving up the board, just purging and ripping things apart. It would be amazing. And that adds into the narrative sense as well, because not only is this a potential return of the Necrons for new rules and stuff like that, but it's a return for Necrons in the narrative story, which excites me because I love the story of Warhammer 40,000. The Necrons are one of the most powerful races in the galaxy, if not the most powerful race in the galaxy. You know, they can definitely outdo the Eldar, the Tau with all their fancy tech, the Orcs with their Daka, the Imperium with the sheer amount of stuff that we've got. They can just like explode suns, and you know, just it's just a whole different level when you start speaking of the Necrons. The only problem with the Necrons is that they're basically all sleeping. So if someone does come back, aka the Silent King, and start awaking them en masse, then I can definitely see the Necrons really embedding themselves in the story. You know, going against Chaos. They have the technology to nullify Chaos with Blackstone. That's what Cady was all about with the pylons and stuff. That was way put there before we, the Imperials, landed on that planet and, you know, took it as our own. They were basically holding the Eye of Terror in place, and when Abaddon broke the planet, that's why the Great Rift happened. So I can see the Necrons thinking, right, you know, if you guys want to mess with the galaxy, we're going to be here and we're going to stop you. So it's a really, really cool thing that if this does happen, then the Necrons can become like a next major player in the narrative story. All my eyes are focused now on May. May is going to be the next big reveal, so we're told. Well, that's going to be the next reveal event. I don't know how big it's going to be, but the thing is that in May was supposed to be Warhammer Fest, and Warhammer Fest always was filled with massive reveals. But of course, since Nurgle Plagues happened, Warhammer Fest has been cancelled. So I'm thinking that all the reveals that were supposed to happen at Warhammer Fest are probably going to go online like we got with Adepticon. Now, at Warhammer Fest, last time I went, sorry, not the last Warhammer Fest, the time before, that is when AOS 2.0 was unveiled, so a new edition for AOS. So I'm thinking maybe Warhammer Fest was the time that they were going to try and unveil Warhammer 9th edition. Again, that's just my opinion, and that's what I personally thought. But since it got cancelled, of course, maybe they're going to move that online. I'm not too sure if they would announce something that big online, but if they did do, I think that would absolutely blow all the reveals that we've seen so far out the water. Just imagine like a new edition, we're all on Twitch watching it, and they announce, you know, brand new trailer for Twitch. Necron show up, Space Marines are there, they're all fighting, they're all smacking each other in the face. I think that could be really, really cool. So my eyes now are solely focused on May. Cannot wait to see what we get in terms of reveals in that month. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Primaris Bikers, because I know it's coming. I can sense it, I can feel it, guys. It's definitely coming. Alright, Chaperonios, that is me done for another video. Thank you for coming, thank you for watching. Leave your thoughts, feedback, everything like that down in the comment section down below. I am excited about these rumours. Hopefully they are true. I want them to be true. As a Necron fan, I definitely want them to be true. But I'll always say the same statement that I always say, is that these are just rumours and you can't believe anything until GW posts it itself. But, you know, there's no harm jumping on the hype train and, you know, giving a little toot-toot as we go down the tracks into the so-called the rabbit hole station stop, as I like to call it. So yeah, leave your thoughts, feedback down below, and we'll have a nice little chat down there as we always do. See you now, have a great day, and bye-bye.